You're listening to the Kitchen Confession Podcast with Chef Mary Mammoliti.
When people are living with HIV, we're looking at how strong is your immune system. So it kept on attacking me. Then I get infected with shingles, and shingles it goes right into my central nervous system instead of my body, and then it attacked my retina. And then now I'm legally blind, no sight, no images. But I'm still living very happily because I get very strong social support, strong community support, my guy Doc Olsen also helped me out to navigate everywhere. He's a poodle, so everybody's talking. I can never get from point A to point B without anybody stopping me. Oh, I never seen a poodle. I always see a Labrador. Then next things, I have no idea they're already touching him.
That's Kenneth Poon. He's one of the 14 chefs that participated in the Casey House pop-up called June's HIV Eatery, which is one of Canada's first HIV-positive restaurants, helping to eliminate stigma. Kenneth, thanks so much for coming on the show.
You're most welcome.
What I first wanted to begin with, and just to give people an idea of who Kenneth is and what you do, just a little bit of background. You participated and you were one of the chefs that were part of the June's HIV Eatery.
That's correct.
Where did the idea come from?
Actually, the ideas came from, I guess it's from the research team from Casey House. They realized that they do a survey back in 2017. They realized that nationally, over 50% of the people still have stigma and discrimination not to sharing food or cooking food by a person living with HIV. The majority of the population still think that, okay, if you're HIV, you must be dirty. It's your sexual orientation. You have to be a gay man. But there is no discrimination on HIV virus itself. It happens to men, women, children. It's not transmitted to skin. It has to be blood to blood. It's okay to share food with a person living with HIV. It's okay to share a straw. It's okay to share a drink with a person living with HIV. The only thing that you might be seeing, something that you have to be precautious if someone noticed me, I have a cut, you definitely don't, touch my wound or the cut, right? And especially when you or your finger have a cut too, so you're better off to use universal precaution, basically using gloves. But there's a lot of myth, and people, I think people, it's just lack of education and misunderstanding about the virus, so they have a little bit concern or how to interact with people living with HIV. And this is why Casey House wanted to do this campaign, just to have inviting all the dignitary and guests coming in for 3 nights, that all HIV staff and for them.
How did you get involved in that event?
Back in 2005, I was a Casey House client. I was so not well because of the virus, and then I got admitted to Casey House for 2 years, 1 month. And when they start launching a campaigning with this June Eatery, they think about me as, from a client perspective, that they would like to have me to be part of the project. So I am one of the 14 chefs in the June Eatery.
What was it like for you to participate in an event like this? What did it mean to you?
I was very empowering, I think, because of the chef, Matt Baso. He's a very nice man, and his team came and showed us how to cook. We designed the menu from the beginning to the cooking at the end, and he was there for us all the time. It was very empowering. I also get the great opportunity to work with other people living with HIV.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are lawyers, some of them are writers, some of them are activists. Some of them is just working in the sector.
Mm-hmm.
So they have all diverse background. We have people, typical Canadian born in here, like myself. I'm Asian, and then we also have the Latino, couple Latino, couple Indigenous people working with us. So it is very inclusive.
Who developed the menu?
Actually, we did. We, at the very beginning of the project, the first step we met is actually introduce each other and then start developing the menu. So 14 of us sitting from 5 o'clock till 10, just to design the menu, the 4-course meal. But then at the end, we came up with sort of a international flavor. It's more sort of like a chicken broth with a coconut base with some ginger and vegetable. So it's quite delicious. The soup, I think, is a kick.
Oh, it sounds...
It's the talk of the town for the night. Yeah.
It sounds delicious.
And then the second course is also, I consider it's like an appetizer, but more like a warm salad, roasted vegetable with artichoke, all different kind of vegetable. We roast it and we put some spice on top of it. And then the main course, we have 2 main courses. One is a smoked char with the Italian broccoli.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second course, it is a skirt steak with black pepper sauce and then bedded with a fettuccine pasta. And then I think it's a tiramisu, yeah? It's a tiramisu.
My favorite.
With gingerbread flavor. Yeah, gingerbread with tiramisu flavor on it.
Tiramisu is my favorite.
Yeah, me too. It's my favorite too.
It's so good.
I never get a chance to work on the dessert part, but some of the other chefs, they work on the dessert part. They say, "Oh, you're so lucky. We get stuck in the basement to prepare that."
What station were you?
I have to admit that Matt is very accommodating, knowing that I'm the only visual impaired chef in the team.
Mm-hmm.
He makes sure that I do some light work. I flake the fish, I blanch the rupini, the Italian broccoli and I cut some tomatoes and cut some artichokes. Basically, that's what I did. And I do a little bit frying the pasta a little bit. Sear and pan fry the pasta.
Okay, so you were a lot on prep, which is fantastic.
Oh, yeah, a lot avoiding cutting me.
Yeah.
Stay away from the knife. I think they're afraid that I don't cut it very even.
Yeah, because we tend to do it a little on an angle at times.
Yeah, that's why I told him, I said, we learn as a person who are visually impaired, we learn how to cut. Maybe not as precise as people with sight, but we do a pretty good job.
Absolutely.
And then, Matt even called me Sugar.
Yeah.
Oh, Sugar, you don't do this. You're such a prince. You need to do something very more. More for you.
Well, it's that time where we play a couple games.
All right.
First game is called This or That.
The choice is yours. You can get with this or you can get with that.
I'm going to give you 2 words and you choose which one of the 2 words suits you best.
All right.
Salty or sweet?
Sweet.
Dine in or take out?
Dine in.
Pizza or pasta?
Pasta.
Toilet paper, do you put it over or under?
Over.
Yes! Kenneth, important.
Over. I don't know why I put that under. How can you feel it sometimes?
Under, and then you keep on spinning the thing, and it just keeps on going round.
Yeah.
Toothpaste. Do you squeeze it from the middle or from the bottom?
From the bottom.
Oh, Kenneth, we are meant to be together here. You did mention to me that you do a lot of cooking. Mm-hmm. What's the first recipe you can remember trying?
I do a little bit honey garlic, pan-fried seared salmon. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite dish.
Okay.
It's my dish that I usually do. It's quick and easy. Then my friend showed, there's another easy step to do salmon by pan-fried. I said, how you do it? They say, actually, just after about 4 minutes of, you put it in a medium temperature for frying in the salmon. Then you put a little bit salt and pepper and then a little bit soya, just a dash of soya sauce, and then cover the lids for another minute or so, and then you start serving. Serve with rice and broccoli. That was delicious, the dish.
So what would you say your cooking style is?
I would say it's mostly Asian. I do a lot of steamed vegetable, little bit pan-fried, a little bit. Sometimes I don't do my dumpling. I buy the dumpling from the market. I do the steamed dumpling. Make a lot of homemade soup.
Okay, rapid fire. Name 5 foods you always keep in your fridge at all times.
Chicken, ice cream, vegetable, seafood, meaning shrimp, and I would say fish.
Favorite snack?
Cake.
Definitely.
Fruits, nuts, and a little bit biscuit.
I'm seeing Kenneth, you're a snacker.
Yeah, I am.
What celebrity would you love to cook for?
Annette Bening.
Favorite chef?
I have to say Susan Lee. Oh, Jamie Kennedy. Those are the two. Susan Lee, Jamie Kennedy.
I'm Mary Mamalidi, and you're listening to the Kitchen Confession Podcast. Today I'm talking with educator and chef Kenneth Poon. One thing we didn't talk about was a little bit of your visual impairment. Was it something you were born with?
No, it was because of, even my doctors say it's not HIV related, but I guess because my immune system was completely shut down. When people are living with HIV, we're looking at two things in the blood work. It's your CD4 and your viral load, how much virus inside, HIV virus inside your body, and how strong is your immune system. So they're looking at your CD4 count. So your CD4 count should be high. Normal person CD4 should be from 800 to 1500. I was down to 10. And my HIV virus is over a couple million at that time. So it kept on attacking me. Then I get infected with shingles. And shingles that get into my central nervous system.
It's painful.
Yeah, it is. Well, for my case, it wasn't painful. It goes right into my central nervous system instead of my body, and then it attacked my retina.
Oh.
And destroy my retina. So I have about 7 times for my eyes operation, but they cannot save it because it's just the virus go very, very aggressive. And then now I'm legally blind, no sight, no images. But I'm still living very happily.
Absolutely.
Because I get very strong, so strong social support, strong community support, and my guide, Olsen, also helped me out to navigate everywhere.
Sir, what's his name?
Olsen, Olsen.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a poodle.
I saw a picture of him. He's a cutie.
Yeah, he's a poodle. So everybody's talking, I can never get from point A to point B without anybody stopping me. Oh, I never seen a poodle. I always see a Labrador. Then next things, I have no idea they're already touching him.
No.
Yeah, so that's another education.
Yes.
We need to talk about, not to touch a guide dog when he's working.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it is unusual to see a poodle as a guide dog.
Yes.
But he's so cute.
Yeah, he's working. He's doing good. He's doing very good when it comes to guiding. He has his moment.
Oh, does
Sometimes his behavior, because I let him, most of a guide dog is so robotic. And I don't want my dog to be robotic. I want him to be a dog a little bit. So when I went to the guide dog school, I say, is it okay to let him play a little bit once in a while? He said, well, as long as you can keep him safe, you're most welcome to let him be a dog. So I took him to all the dog park in my area. So he played for maybe an hour every day with another dog. So he seems to be quite playful because I want him to have a balanced, lifestyle. Half of time working, half time just playing. And it is a good way. If people want to get to know other people, have a guide dog. You never get bored. Always people will come asking you questions in the dog park. Oh, here's a guide dog. How's it work? You can always make friends and get you going out. Most people don't like to be exercise or going out, and you have no choice. If you have a guide dog, you have to go out and relieve them.
Was there anything that you thought going into Casey House, having a visual impairment? I mean, I know me, before I do things, I'm always kind of a little apprehensive about certain things. Was there anything that sounded really difficult to you, but when you got in there, it was surprisingly effortless?
I got into it's effortless to flake a fish, to blanch it. Well, mind you, I'm talking about blanch the rupini. I said, oh, that was easy. My first, thought, oh, that was easy. But when he bring me to close to the stove, I can sense the stove was about, I would say, over one and a half feet high to 2 feet high. And it was a big pot of water. All I can feel is the steam coming closer. So I stand about maybe 3 feet away from the stove and then reach out and use just to blanch the vegetable, right? And then Matt came up, the chef came up. Oh, you can stand a little bit closer. I say, that's okay. The first thing that comes to my mind is, what about the boiling water? If I blanch it, if the pot is not strong enough, it just melts through my skin. Then I'm blind. I get burning skin all over me. But I did not say it until now, actually. So I stand a little bit closer. He keep on seeing me. Oh, you can get a little bit more closer.
And in your mind, you're thinking,
but outside,
oh no, what's going to happen? Now we're going to play a little word association. When I say the word chocolate, what comes to mind?
Chocolate, sweet.
Whipped cream.
Smooth.
Coconut.
Dehydration.
Fruit.
Fiber.
Syrup.
Syrup?
Yeah.
Overly sweet.
Food.
Delicious.
And yogurt.
Yogurt. Antibiotic. No, not antibiotic. Probiotic.
Probiotic.
Yeah, not antibiotic. You're wonderful.
I'm seeing a pattern here. Fruit, fiber, yogurt, and probiotic.
Right. Well, this guy is nuts for us.
No, it's fantastic. There's that time where I ask all my guests to share one of their kitchen confessions with me.
Okay.
Do you have one that you want to share? You know, something that may not have gone exactly how you would have planned, or?
Well, I have to do a kitchen confession with me. Is living in a building, right? Which is a community living building. It's all community driven. So it was Christmas, around Christmas time. And I inviting two of my friends coming in. I said, well, I'll serve you a steak. I bought some beautiful, sirloin steak, in the butcher shop. Why don't we have dinner at my place? They all came over and they even asked me if I need any help. I said, no, I am a pretty good cook. I get all the roasted potato done, all the vegetable done, and make a butternut squash soup. Everything's ready. So everything's already, okay, I just need to cook the steak. So which I did. But I guess I was getting a little bit excited, carry the conversation with my friends, not paying attention to steak. And then it was burned.
No.
And then the fire alarm going on.
In the building?
And I can't stop it. all my friends have frantically opened the door, everything. And I even turn on the ventilation at that time, turn on my bathroom ventilation, and it make it work. It did not stop.
No.
So the fire truck show up.
No.
Of course. This is not the worst thing. They show up. They come in. They knock on my door. They said, is everything okay? I said, it's fine. It's just my steak is burned. I cannot stop it right away. They said, okay, next time be careful. Just make sure you turn on the ventilation and open the window. I said, I will, thank you. But that's not the worst things. When at the end of the night, around 9:30, I went down to greet my guests to leave, just walk out with them.
Mm-hmm.
It was a beautiful day. It wasn't too cool. A few residents came up to, was you on fire? I said, yeah, what's the problem? Oh, we have a Christmas dinner gathering in the community room. Everybody have to step out while we're having dinner. They step up for 5 minutes because of me in all beautiful outfits. And then I have no idea it was a Christmas dinner for them. They said, while we're just having our turkey, the fire go on and everybody have to leave. And you are the one who playing. So I make it very famous in the building.
There we go. It's a good way to become popular. to get your name
Who's
known. Who's that? That's Kenneth.
It was Kenneth. It's the one who wanted to set the fire, the whole building on fire. That was him on Christmas Day, around Christmas Day.
Merry Christmas to everyone, right?
That's right. That's one thing I learned. Now, every time I cook, make sure my kitchen window is open and the ventilation is on.
It's like a checklist now. Do this first and
that's
then.
Right. Never happens again.
That is too funny. That is too funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
thank you for sharing that. That made my day.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
I thank you, Mary.
It was an absolute pleasure. And just keep on doing what you're doing. You are fabulous. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I will keep you posted what's going on. If any eatery coming up, I'll post it.
Please do.
And let you know. And yes, I'm doing another thing coming up. It's called a Thai feast.
Okay.
Yeah, with another agency in, I think it's in November. We have to define it.
What agency?
It's a fundraising campaign. We do with all the peers too, doing all the Thai cuisine, Thai and Indonesian cuisine. So I will be not the main focus. I'll be helping out, but some of my peers who are Thai and Indonesian, they will be the one who prepare all the food for all the guests.
Excellent.
But it is much more in smaller scale. But definitely you're going to hear from me.
It's that time. We've reached the end of another show. Be sure to visit kitchenconfession.com for more recipes and foodie finds. I'd like to thank producer and editor Matt Agnew, and I'm Mary Mamalidi. See you at the next episode.